James by Abby, and this is day 2 of our 25-day organization workshop. So I hope you caught my introduction video yesterday with all the information on just kind of the background of, why are we doing this, where we're going with this, and how you're going to sort. So today's day 2, and it's time to get sorting. Yay! All right. So, as a reminder, the sorting should happen all in one go. So, try really hard to schedule a block of time where you're not going to have to run and pick up the kids from school or whatever. You've got to be in the right mindset. And once you get into it, once you get into your groove, it's relatively quick. But when you have to leave or stop to do something, it can snap you out of that really quickly. So, when you begin sorting, you're going to pick up every single item, not just glance at it and kind of toss it, like pick it up and really look at it. Give it a good look and, give yourself the opportunity to touch it and feel it and just really think about this particular item. So Marie Kondo tells us to ask ourselves, does this item spark joy in us? And those words really work for some people. Like, it worked for me. I kind of got into that, and that made sense to me. But other people, not so much. And, if you find yourself going down the rabbit hole of, does this spark joy? I don't know. Does this spark joy? I don't know. Does this spark joy in comparison to this? Like, if you find yourself going down that rabbit hole, then, stop and let's figure out a different way for you to decide whether you're going to keep or not something. So figure out kind of your process. I know a lot of people like to do, have I worn it in the last year? Have I worn it in the last 6 months? And those are good. Those are good things to consider. But also I think that the joy sparking thing it worked for me because there were some items in my closet that I hadn't worn, and when I was going through and I picked the item up and I realized this does spark joy. Why haven't I worn it? And there really wasn't any reason. I just hadn't. But I did love the item, and so I kept it and I was able to start wearing it more. So lots of things to consider. I like the whole does this spark joy, that you decide that for yourself. So just remember that there is no right or wrong way to go about this process. We are all about progress, not perfection. But do keep in mind the word that you chose yesterday when I asked you to pick a word or two that describe how you want your closet to feel when you open the doors. Keep that in mind as you're picking things and trying to decide whether or not they get to stay or go. So as I'm going, I have 3 categories on the bed. So I have the definite no category, like I'm ready to discard this item. I have the I need to go back through it again, I can't quite decide yet. And then I have the definite yes, this definitely sparks joy pile. And so as you're sorting, you're looking at it, you're asking yourself these questions: does it spark joy? And then go kind of quickly. So generally, your heart already knows the answer once you've done a couple. But if we slow down the process and overthink it, sometimes our brains can kind of get in the way. And, we talked about that a little bit yesterday with some of the reasons why we, particularly women, may not get rid of an item because of, different reasons, like you spend too much money or you have a happy memory. So go with your heart and not your brain so much on this one, within reason, obviously. But go, get into your groove and, try to stick with it at one time. So, after you have sorted your items once, hopefully, you have this kind of overall sense of, satisfaction and, you've kind of gotten into your groove and you figured out, what you do need to keep, what does spark joy, and that kind of thing. So, at this point, you should be able to go through your maybe pile, and hopefully it will be pretty easy to go through that maybe pile now. If not, if there's still a couple of items that you just cannot decide, whether they need to stay or go, then I would really suggest that you put them in a box with a lid and then store it out of sight for a few weeks or so. And if during that time you find yourself thinking about that item, then, I think it's safe to say that, take it out, hang it up in your closet, and wear it. Be intentional about wearing it. However, if you don't think about that item, then I think it's also safe to say at that point that it's not meant to be in your closet. And you can safely go ahead and discard that item and not feel guilty about it. So that is our second step. I'm saying day 2. It's really kind of the second step. It might take you more than one day, especially if you're going by subcategories and not just the whole, all of your clothes at once, which is totally fine. So catch me tomorrow with the next step in the process. Thanks for watching.